Hello, I'm Angel, and this is History is Fun. Today we will be making a Midwestern dessert, pumpkin roll. And this is what you will need. Complete list in the description box below, along with measurements. I would like to point out that this is pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. They do look very similar in the store, so just be sure to grab the correct item. And you only need a small can. Here's the equipment we will be using. First thing we're going to do is set the oven to 375 Fahrenheit. We're going to take our cookie sheet and line it with the parchment paper. I want to be sure that I get as few creases in the paper as possible, especially along the bottom, and then I'm going to spray it with some cooking spray. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients. Pro tip, if your cakes are turning out dry, fluff your flour before you measure it out. Don't compact it in the measuring cup. I tend to get a little messy with salt, as you all know, so I always do that over the counter, not over the bowl. Pumpkins belong to the gourd family. There is some dispute about the fruit's origins, but new studies suggest they were likely brought to the Western Hemisphere 10,000 years ago from Asia. They thrived in what is present-day Central America and Mexico. During colonization, Europeans brought with them the pumpkins they'd been cultivating for thousands of years. There are now 30 varieties of pumpkins grown across 6 continents. Pro tip, crack your eggs into a glass or small bowl so that you can fish out any eggshells, or if the egg is bad, you don't end up killing all of your eggs. Going into the mixer and our sugar. And now we want to mix until it's nice, light color and the sugar has had a chance to dissolve. You can tell it's almost the color of unsalted butter. Now we're adding in the pumpkin puree. I'm going to fold in half of the dry ingredients, mix it up. Get everything good and combined, no dry spots in there. And then add the other half, combine until completely mixed, no dry spots. Now we're going to pour everything into the prepared cookie sheet. And I really went to town with this rubber spatula. I didn't leave anything in the mixing bowl. Smooth it out. We want to make sure that we get it nice and level across the pan. This cake will rise a bit, but it's not gonna be very thick. So making sure that we have a nice level surface before it goes into the oven is important. I'm just gonna shake it and I'm gonna tap it. And we're gonna put it right into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to keep a good eye on it. This is the towel I'm going to use. It's like a flour sack towel, and a little bit more powdered sugar over the top of it, dusting it. Be generous. Now is not the time to be concerned about calories. We want to make sure this cake comes away from the towel easily when it's finished cooling. Right out of the oven, we're going to dump the cake onto the towel. The pan is hot. I used a little knife to pry it away. We're going to pry away the wax paper. It should come away pretty easily, but you want to go slow and steady, applying even tension as you remove it. And nobody's going to see this part of the cake. This is the inside, so don't worry about the way that it looks. And just roll the towel up with the cake. And I'm trying to get it nice and tight. just kind of pinch the towel together here, make sure I don't have any air bubbles anywhere. Put it in the fridge for about 45 minutes, no more than an hour. While that cools, we'll make the buttercream frosting. Here's the cream cheese and the unsalted butter. The trick here is to cream these together before you do anything else. Let it go. I actually go and start doing my dishes while this happens. That looks really good. Now we're gonna add the powdered sugar. Same thing, let it mix, walk away, do some dishes. This is an exercise in patience. Now we're almost to the end, so I'm gonna add the vanilla extract here. I'm gonna scrape down the bowl. I'm gonna let it mix a little longer. I've unrolled the cake and I've dumped out every bit of the frosting that I could get out of the bowl. And now I'm gonna try to apply it evenly. That looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna roll it up again, and it's gonna roll fairly easily. It's gonna remember that it cooled this way, so it's gonna go nicely. And I'm just giving a little bit of pressure to the middle there, trying to get the cream cheese to go out towards the edges a little bit more. And then I'm gonna pat it and pat it and pat it, try to get that cream cheese nice and evenly distributed throughout the cake. The seam should be down. I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator, seam down, for at least an hour so that the cream cheese can set. And here it is, fresh from the refrigerator. Using a serrated knife, we all know how much I love my serrated blade. Going to go ahead and cut off the ends. Ta-da! I'm going to cut off the other end. If you want those picture perfect cuts, just clean your knife between each cut. If you use a damp paper towel to wipe the blade, that way the blade stays moist, that'll give you an even more picturesque cut. And here it is. I'm pretty happy with the way that it looks. Now it's time to taste it.
Oh, using forks, fancy.
Don't we usually eat forks? Or use forks? We don't eat forks.
I don't think I've ever had this, so.
You've never had a pumpkin roll before?
Mm-mm.
Me either. Which is interesting because you're originally from the Midwest and this is supposed to be...
Yeah, well, I'm from East Chicago, so that's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. Very good. Dangerous.
Dangerous in what way?
We'll probably have like many more of these.
Yeah. The pumpkin spice is really nice and the cream cheese is really sort of mellowing out that flavor a little bit. It's a little bit tangy.
Cheese has a bit of a fluff to it too.
That's because I whipped it for an extended period of time. And with my carrot cake cream cheese frosting, I usually add in a little bit of orange juice, but this time I added in a little bit of vanilla because there's vanilla in the cake batter. I got vanilla and vanilla.
Mmm.
My Buckeye taste testers have also tasted this and said that it's great. I hope you liked this video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and here are 2 other videos I think you will enjoy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.